fooled you there, huh? That's what happens when you have to be your own cameraman and chief chef and bottle washer. Joseph here with American Trade Masters, and I wanted to show you an issue that we had on a job. It's a very common mistake that happens a lot. It's where they want to put a cooktop above a built-in oven cabinet below it. Very rarely works the way it's supposed to. I have not had real good luck with these cabinets that you get from these different manufacturers as far as working correctly. This rail is usually not high enough to cover the pan that drops below it. I've got this set up. This is pretty much the thickness of the countertop's going to be, and the pan below it is actually still hanging down low, and so I won't be able to have enough room for the height of the oven below it. And so in this situation, the cabinet was already purchased. No big deal. All we have to do is pop the frame off, actually flip the frame, and I'll cut the proper rail height for this cabinet, and we'll eliminate the bottom rail. So I did this little illustration just to show you what has to happen in this situation. Basically, what I suggest to do is just don't even buy the cabinet. What you'll need on modular cabinets is spacers, and you'll take the width of the oven and you'll add 6 inches to it. In other words, it's a 30-inch oven. You'll do a 33-inch space, and you'll put fillers. You'll install the fillers to the right and to the left of the cabinet, and also then when you have an extra wide filler, then you can cut the rail to whatever height that you need. What happens usually in this case, just like this case right here, my rail right here is going to have to be 3 inches high. It's only 1.5 inches right now, and you need to do the math for your drop on the pan, on the cooktop. Those vary. All appliances, the reason it makes it so difficult is these appliances are all varies from heights, and so it's very difficult to match these and make that oven cabinet work. And so when you just have spacers, you can modify all your dimensions per your appliances. You will probably end up having to go lower. In this case, our oven is going to come lower than the deck of the cabinet, and so that's why it's better to build it with parts. And then you can build a platform on the inside, and then use these spacers to eliminate all these problems. So you basically just have to do your math on the rail height to get that right, so that you're going to cover the bottom of that pan. Also keep in mind, especially for gas like this is it's going to have a gas valve below it that is also going to contribute to the height of this. And then once you get this established, then as far as, on our illustration, my height that I need for the opening of the oven is going to be 27 inches high. Now, the other thing you have to keep in mind is how much the overhang on the top of that oven is going to cover the rough opening. That has to be calculated as well. So once you get all that, then you can determine your height to build your deck. And I usually build my deck out of plywood. Sometimes the face of the deck shows, so you have to figure out how you're going to cover that up. Also, if you're below deck here and your cabinet height is here, sometimes you have to cover this side, because you can see the side of the oven, that offset that's created there. But your height size is limited to 34.5. You can't gain any more than that. So that's why it's better to do parts and then do the math, and then that way you can calculate your rail heights and all that. So Anyway, that's the tip of the day from American Trade Masters. Thanks for watching.